So it isn't about racism. It's about classism. Remember how Governor Northam Leghorn, he was the one who did that commercial against the Republican. I forget the Republican's name. I'm really tired now. That was running. But he did that awful commercial about this white supremacist with all those stickers, MAGA stickers all over his car and NRA stickers. He was trying to run down a racially diverse neighborhood with a little girl in a burqa and a little undocumented boy from south of the border and an African-American little boy. And he's trying to run down all these children. So if you vote for the Republican, then these white supremacists are going to be in charge. And guess what happens? With that vile, racist commercial, Governor Northam Leghorn gets elected, and he puts in as his lieutenant governor Fairfax, a guy who raped an African American, but he has the right party. His party, see, it's not about racism or your ethnicity or your religion. It's about what party you belong to. Are you a good Democrat? Well, Fairfax, he's a really good Democrat. And there were two women that came forward a long time ago who reported on when Lieutenant Governor Fairfax raped them. And they were both African American, but they were totally ignored. Remember Anita Hill? She was African American, and she tried to take down Clarence Thomas, and they had those hearings. They had those hearings because Clarence Thomas was a Republican. He belonged to the wrong party. They tried to take him down. You don't want a Republican on the Supreme Court. God forbid he rule in favor of the lives of African American babies. If he did, if that ever came up, did you know, if you're African American, you listen to me, did you know that if that law wasn't passed, you would not be a minority? It would be almost 50%, if not more, African American. This country. That's right. Unfortunately. Anyway, the reason why they let him be on the Supreme Court is because Anita Hill, they found out, was actually stalking him. See, all the Democrats put out these bumper stickers saying, Anita Hill for president, but she was in love with him, and he was a married man, and she was stalking him. Wherever he went, every time he changed jobs, she followed him. There was enough evidence that came forward that they had to say, we have to let this one pass. And this is the only time in whatchamacallit's life, Biden's life, that he was right. He was against Anita Hill, but now he's apologizing. He should have been for Anita Hill. But he forgets. He forgets that Anita Hill was a stalker. There is such a thing as females that stalk wealthy, powerful men, or just powerful men. They have this thing, doesn't matter what they look like. They're just into powerful men. That's what you call a groupie. She's kind of like a groupie, but because he rejected her, she tried to take him down. And the Democrats interviewed everyone and found her. You see, Fairfax can never be taken down because remember that commercial trying to complain, the Republican will be just like Trump because, as everybody knows, Trump's a racist, right? So you better vote for Governor Northam Leghorn. And then it turned out that they had to bring out his past when he said, oh, no, we're going to just go to have, the baby's going to be born. We're going to make the baby nice and comfortable. Very nice and comfortable. And then we're going to have a little chit-chat with the mother. We're going to have a little chit-chat with the mother, and we decide if we're going to resuscitate the baby, give it a little pop on the behind so he can breathe. But otherwise, if the mama don't want it, I was a pediatric physician. That's what I was. Because I cares about the children. All the little children. Just like Michael Jackson did. He cared about the little children. Well, anyway, if the mama don't want it born, we won't give it to Papa on the behind. We just let it, the mucus up in there. We'll let him suffocate. As it turned out, because everybody was against Governor Northam Leghorn for saying such things, was just awful. They had to bring out his yearbook to prove that he was actually, oh, no, he's not a baby killer. He's actually just a racist. He's not a baby killer after the baby's born. It's not infanticide. No, forget about that. He's a racist. And as we know in this country, racism is far worse than infanticide, right? But we all forgot about the infanticide when it turned out that he put on black. Oh, I don't know which one it was, if I'm dressed like a KKK member or this is my number. Yeah, we got a meeting next Tuesday night. That's right. I'm not sure if that was my novice KKK robes or my full-fledged KKK robes that I got in my closet, or I'm the one with the blackface. I don't know which one I was, but I know for sure that I was Michael Jackson. I remember I did that once. I dressed like Michael Jackson, and as we know, Michael Jackson's a white man. So isn't that I put on blackface? I put on blackface when I was Michael Jackson, but he's a white man, so it's a joke. It isn't like I ever wore blackface. So as it turned out, you Democrats proved that you are the party of racism. And wasn't the treasurer came out and kind of just say, oh, look, to make it all better, all nice, like. He comes out and he says, oh, I did blackface too. Hey, we all did blackface, didn't we all? He's a Democrat too. That's right. Everybody in the Democrat Party have put on blackface. We do it all the time at the Klan meetings. That made it better. Do you realize this has nothing to do with racism? The people who are crying racism, the Charlottesville thing was put together by an Obama supporter and a Hillary supporter. That's who put together the Charlottesville thing. And people there said that the police were all in line. They were pushing the two groups together. They were trying to make something happen that didn't need to happen. I mean, if a bunch of idiot KKK members want to march around, let them march around. The Democrats can look like idiots anytime they want to, as far as I'm concerned, and I'll laugh at them. And there were people there that are for keeping the Confederate statues up, and there's a reason why some people, I'd be afraid of a Confederate statue. I'm not saying I'm for it. I think I would be afraid of them, especially at night. Something about them are scary to me. But then again, all those monuments in West Virginia to Robert Byrd, Senator Robert Byrd, and the statue in the Capitol Rotunda that Obama put up after he eulogized him, the Grand Cyclops of the KKK. So I guess the only thing they're really against is people who fought in the Confederate War. But as it turns out, Lee was totally against slavery. Did you know that? General Lee was actually against slavery. And Abraham Lincoln asked him to fight for the Union. And later on in his life, he helped black youths. Actually, the story of Lee is completely upside down. But anyway, there's some people who want those statues up so they can say, this is what happened. Let me tell you about a time in America's history. So the kids will say, who is that person? What did they do? And so they can talk about America's history. So unfortunately, Trump said, they're good people on both sides, not the people who are the KKK marchers, but people who want to tell America's history versus and the people who don't want the statues out are good people who want the statues taken down. Some of those people want the statues to stay up so we can say, here's a monument to what happened in America at a time. Let me tell you about Abraham Lincoln. Let me tell you about slavery. Let me tell you about what happened. I'm not for these statues. No way. I'd be scared out of my